Hello.
Hello, that face.
Hello. Is it my face? My face is pretty.
Yes.
Well, actually, I keep forgetting. I gotta find a stupid face to jump to for here. I did Celestia last time. Let's see. Should we do... Wait. There we go.
Hello, Jurassic.
Yes, hello, Jurassic. There we go. I think that's a good face. Okay. There we go. There's no face. I know there's not, because I had to set it up. I needed to have the face done first. It's the reveal that's magical. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Let me get the music started here. And unmute that. Okay. Hello, Jurassic. I hope you were doing well. You always leave. You always come in here and be like, hey, what's up? And then you leave.
I do not have time for your nonsense today, said Jurassic. I must be going, but I came to tell you.
First off, though, I mentioned last stream that Friday stream was going to be changed to the New Year's stream. I forgot that it actually New Year's was Thursday. New Year's Eve was Thursday instead of Friday. I had that wrong. So technically, I should be still doing a normal Friday stream. It's just Thursday. In addition to, we will be doing a Jackbox stream once I double check a couple things. So if anybody, I don't know when we're starting yet. I'm gonna probably guess about 8 o'clock my time, so 2 hours from now, or whatever your time is. But yeah, anybody can participate on that. So, well, we'll have a smaller group for the active gameplay, and then if there's any spots available past that, it's first come first serve. She does think you're sus.
Hey, derps.
They derp. Actually, thinking of sus, there was a on the workshop a new model for
Is it shaped like
for Among Us came up. It is creepy, but also good. Let's see here. It was on the front page last time I looked. Here it is. Ultra detailed Among Us models with sneakers.
Wow.
Thanks, Hyrule, for the subscription. I just showed this, and then Rathlos goes, cool.
That seemed like something he'd be into.
Yeah, but no, I thought these are, I think, cool because it is taking something that is like kind of, well, I don't know, is Among Us still popular? Well, no, okay, that's the wrong wording for it. It's still popular, but is it at it's past its peak. It's past it's like prime, and then it's definitely way higher than it was in terms of playership, but I don't know if that's streaming stuff. Anyways, it does have like a creepy picture here, but
oh jeez.
But no, I kind of like that though, because it allows people to make not just this like 3D version of a cartoony thing, but actually then able to fit it in a more detailed medium. I like that. It's kind of pretty cool.
I'm waiting for the movie now.
The movie, yes.
Among Us.
The Among Us movie?
Yes.
Isn't that just like Aliens?
I think it's called It. Oh no, it was The Thing. That's what it was. It was The Thing.
Yeah, it wasn't It was The Thing.
The Thing.
But even then, that was a little different because that was a little different because it was I think actually they said that was what the game was inspired by.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. It's very similar.
Among Us drip, yeah. No, I was running across stuff. I do a thing every now and then where I'll just go through newer workshop content, because every now and then I'll get an idea for something that comes across because of content here, because I am not good at making models or making the extra content that's needed in the background of stuff. So if I have an idea for something, a lot of times I can't do it because I'll have a limitation on what's out there. Yeah, I could request it and have, or not request it, but commission it and have it made. But normally by the time that is made, I'm either going to need more or I'm not going to be as interested in it. It's usually about good thing about starting it when I'm super motivated. And so sometimes running across models on here give me the idea, because then I can jump right into it and I don't have to worry about that, which is great. So it's a good idea to just do that. And actually, I just added a little bit ago for those that do SFM stuff and find anything that's new, interesting. So there was a new model of some demon wings and some angel wings, which are useful not for demon and angel, but for bat, pony, normal, and Pegasus.
That
Because
looks like Sephiroth.
and maybe it's from that. This is the important one here. Not like it matters. It's not going to stop me, but I like having the ability to make much more detailed Pegasus wings in certain shots, not in animations, but in pictures. And this is an option. And so I really like that. I haven't played with him yet, but it is a nice option that's there. She's very sus. Yeah, for those that use SFM, go through there every now and then, because sometimes you just be like, oh, wow. And then I have to check this. How many pages of subscriptions do I have on here? Oh, that was the right page. 35 pages. Okay, I put a way more on here than I thought I did. Well, remember when we put that one pony in the Applejack in the background? It was like Scootaloo or something. We put a pony in the doll, like, because like the way that it was done.
That would be cute.
It was a meme type stuff. I was actually gonna like see this and be like, look, there's 12 pages. I have a lot, and then I had 3 times even what I thought. Okay, I have no life. All right, as for today, I wanted to kind of polish up a couple of these shots, because right now, in terms of this shot and what we need to have done for this scene, really I'm just down to a couple things. Thanks for the follow, Solar. One is I'm gonna have to animate the knife, but I did Trick Your Magic on Knife Magic Float. Okay, yeah, I have that marked. And the Magic and Tradition, okay. I think I'm gonna do 2 here. And I'm not going to worry about it because I don't want to go through the effort. I'd have to relock it again, but I think that could have been a little bit further this way so that it looked a little better. Well, this is also not... It's not rendering the particle correctly. No, I'm going to blend that a little bit. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to fix that. I mean, it's only a minute, but... because I have to relock this. Boom. Replay headed just in case. Oh, that is not. Is it? I think I was right. There we go. All right. I'm just going to move this ever. No, that is not right. I did do that wrong. Okay. Do that. Play ahead. Okay. I'm going to move this down just a little bit because this should...
Why is your nose glowing?
Why do you got to make me answer the technical stuff? So,
It's
her
like,
nose is glowing because...
once pooped.
Her,
I know.
it's like a mission. It's like it's saying like the exclamation point. It's like you could just push the boop. No, it's because the horn's magical effect is right here, and it's right now animated based on its position to where the horn would be attached to a model, and because it is locked to something and zeroed, it means that all of its position values are essentially about determining not what its position is in the world, it's determining its offset from its current position. So in this case, its values are showing just a couple degrees different from 0. 0 being its parent position of the head because it's locked. For some reason though, when you have something that, or the particle, when it's looking at the model, is looking at all those values from the world's perspective, not the individual model's perspective. So it is seeing things differently. And therefore, its positioning is not the same. The only way, so in this case, it's going to be in a weird position. It's still locked to the head.
That's all I get. It's like, It's like, yay. You could have just said, because it's magical, Mike. It's a magical pooper.
So in this case, that's why I have to unlock it, because as soon as I unlock it, it will then be unlocked and using its world coordinates, and the world coordinates are what it's looking for. I haven't looked that up. It's just from my observations. That's basically what I've seen. So, but I moved that forward a little bit. Now it's much better. So now I'm not getting any of that layering of the particle in the front. That is because particles are flat textures. They are just layers of flat textures on top of each other. And in this case, I bet you the top of the horn is slightly closer to the camera than the bottom. Yes. Because of that, it is black at the top because some of the particles are layering behind it and therefore going and clipping through the horn. Most particles in video games are not 3D. They're all just sprites. If I just like spin around these, it's just all flat textures that are all floating in air. So normally for magic effects, I'll sometimes have to push it a little bit forward. In this case, for the horn, I had to. There is a way to have it blend a little better, but I don't know. I'll figure that out right now. So, but like that's why the cake here is the same thing. There's parts towards the front, so you can see it a little darker. It gives a little bit of depth, so I'm usually okay with it. In this case, I will be, but otherwise, meh. Her horn's fine. That's fine. It's princess magic anyway. But what we need to do is set this up, or we need to put those particles on this too. So we need to go here. I kind of wanted to put the ketchup there originally, but I don't think I can keep it there.
Why not?
It frames it weird. Because then you have this like weird frame on the edge. Well, if I don't have that there, it keeps it much, much more open. And also, nobody's going to know what the hell that is.
You know, but you're going to lose your deniability if you give her the...
No, it's there.
Okay.
Though I think nobody's going to question the fact that she wasn't murdered. They're going to go with, why is there ketchup with cake?
Celestia likes weird things. She's like thousands of years old. She's gonna try weird food.
You know how like they have like stuffed donuts and stuff?
Yeah.
Maybe she just stuffs the cake with ketchup.
It's ketchup filled cake.
I cannot think of a single moment that would actually taste good. Is there ketchup cake? Is that a thing?
I hope not.
What's this software? Hello, all that animation. This is SFM, or Source Filmmaker. It's a free software that's available on Steam. It's kind of old, hasn't been updated, but there's a newer version hopefully coming in the next couple decades. I'm using the Source 2 engine. But it's nice, it's free, it's simple, and there's a lot of free resources out there, which is what's great about it. My end mobile. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Those are definitely going to give you a better end product. For one, I've been using this for a long time, but it's the simplicity of the product that I probably like about it the most. The fact that I can make stuff super, super quick because it's, I gotta fix your horn. It does what it needs to do without going farther, which is actually kind of nice and refreshing. It's like playing a game. I've been using this software for 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think SFM is great. It definitely needs to be updated, which the new version of it is definitely updated. It just has its limitations that make its use not where I want it to be quite yet. But I do think that it has some, once we're at the point where it is the de facto standard for SFM, I am highly looking forward to it. Or once they have the ability to port stuff, and then people have done the porting because I'm too lazy to do the porting. Well, I might do some of it early on for simple stuff. It's a little off to the side, though.
Is that like self-booping? She's self-booping right now in front of us?
Maybe she got an itch, and so she's itching it. Does that work? Is that how magic works?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Can you itch with magic?
I don't know. You tell me. Well, I had to or relock it because I had to move it towards the camera a bit. There, that's better.
Did you just say I had to relog it?
Sure. I had to relog it.
You had to relog
Well, what will this animation be about? It's about
and murder.
Murder. Not really. Hold on, I can play the whole thing.
Trixie's gonna do it.
That's what it's called.
Do it.
My goal right now is to have this done before the end of January. It does mean that I'm going to have to put some off time into it, but I've been busy with some other video stuff and dwarf gaming right now. So, but that will slow down, and then I will I don't think it'll be a problem. But this is what it's looking like right now. This is, I would say this is what it looks like right now, but I need the right map for it. There we go. Lighting is not set. I'm going to jump around the lighting a little bit. So this is what it's looking like so far, though. Hello, Humusta. I hope you like spoilers, because you're about to get some. Hold on, I need to pause music. For those that are watching the recording, they're probably like, what music? It's not in the recording. Anyways.
What music?
Today, we celebrate the overthrow of the central government. It's time to kill someone. You be careful out there, champ. Bye-bye.
And then, oops. We do... Oh, come on. I had that selected. Canter lot. This one. I have to jump maps because it's goofy. Come on. And then there's this shot. And then go back. Oop, that castle. Typing with one hand. And that is not working. There you go. A lot of these shots are not done yet, for sure. Like, especially the rest of these. And one of these is going to drastically change.
Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. You did it. I knew I could count on you. You've come too far to stop now.
This is definitely going to change.
If anyone can kill all those things, it's you.
So yeah, that's basically the premise of the video. It's kind of dark, and Trixie goes, well,
Stabby stab.
as it's showing here, she did not murder Celestia. There's ketchup, and she got in a fight with the ketchup. That looks complete. Thank you very much. I'm done, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay.
Time. I'm gonna export the movie now.
Would make more time for dwarves.
It's wood. So right now, if for those that haven't seen my color coordination for the shots, is normally how it works for me is red means that the shot itself is mostly, the camera is set and the general premise or idea of the shot is figured out. Other than that one shot, which I kind of thought I did, I don't want to change it, but yellow means that things are animated, but they're not polished. And then green means that they've been polished. In this case, like the whole reason that that this one is not green yet is it's basically animated, but I haven't locked in what her the positioning of her hair and the movement of the hair. I haven't finalized the magic effect on the items. And if there's sometimes one or two little things that I haven't done it, I'll still mark it green. I'll just make a note to myself, which is what these are. So in this case, or the knife is not actually hovering and floating. That's because I want to make more of like a static floating animation to use across the board, so it's not differing every time. And then I can copy paste it to this, and then it'll be done. Ketchup was the target all along. Celestia was only collateral damage. No, she wasn't. No, this is so. If I didn't put the ketchup there, then when people are like, "You murdered Celestia," I would be like, "Yeah," but now if some like kid comes up and is like, you murdered Celestia, and I'm like, no, they got in a fight and it was ketchup, and she's fine, there's no problem, she's alive. It's my out. It's never going to be used, and it's going to be more of a joke excuse as to what's going on than anything, but whatever, it's a model put there, makes it funny. It's also started the discussion of like, would you put ketchup on cake?
I wouldn't, but I would if I lived as long as she has, probably at some point.
Well, I mean, if you're immortal, you basically have infinite time, and they're in for infinite possibilities.
You're gonna get bored of the standard food. You're gonna start making some
creative,
really weird
ketchup with cake. My favorite. See, I don't know though. Ketchup is a sweet product. I could see ketchup being used as like a product within cake to make something good.
Is meatloaf a cake?
This is like is cereal a soup discussion?
That is yes.
Is meatloaf a loaf?
Yes.
What is a loaf?
I mean, it's a loaf with an icing of ketchup.
What if you didn't put ketchup on your meatloaf?
It'll be dry.
Well, you could put something else. You can put mustard. Why? I mean, you could put chili. You could put Thousand Island dressing. You could put anything. A1 steak sauce.
Yeah, well, that would actually be pretty good.
I think that would be okay. It'd be the one use for A1 steak sauce,
like, A1,
other than bad steak.
Ketchup or barbecue sauce is all acceptable toppings to a meatloaf.
Subtle joke: Trixie Puffin wearing Chiefs hat. You know, the Chiefs say ketchup. Just upon that, that's probably a little bit too deep of a joke. But the ketchup is meant to be there mainly as if people say, wow, you murdered Celestia, I have a joke that I can have a go along with the joke. So that's the main reason it's there. That and it just thought it'd be funny. Found it recently that you can buy bottled Chick-fil-A sauce. Chick-fil-A sauce is delicious. And I'm not surprised they bottle it. Actually, I used to buy the bottled Taco Bell hot sauce.
We bought it? We would just go into Taco Bell and grab lots of the packets and then take them home with us.
Did you buy anything while you're there?
Normally?
Yeah.
I mean, we were there for a reason.
Yeah, you were there to eat Taco Bell, right?
Yeah.
The amount of sauce you took compared to the cost of the food that you would be paying to get that sauce is still not as good much as just buying the damn sauce.
A lot of sauce. There were always packets of hot sauce in our fridge.
Were you ever questioned as you were pouring it into a bag?
No, those people don't make enough to be buying nonsense.
Okay, no. No, I used to buy the bottle stuff because they had like the 4 different flavors, and it wasn't Diablo. I think it was Hot that was the one down from that. That was just good. It had good flavor, and so I would buy that in the store.
I always hate the mild.
The day ketchup gets put in a cake is the day Gordon Ramsay destroys the earth. I don't know. I've seen Gordon Ramsay be like, yeah, that's good on some really weird things, but then when they actually give the reason for it, it kind of makes sense, actually. Let's see here. So,
I mean, if Gordon Ramsay's favorite food isn't chopped up hot dogs and macaroni and cheese, then he doesn't know what good taste is anyways. So, why listen to him?
Some of these are not done right, I think. Oh, no, this one is, actually. Because when I unlocked it, it worked. Oh, maybe not. Oh, no, okay, it did. I'm a little concerned with copy pasting models that have linkages. Because I don't know if it's going to copy paste the linkage. So I kind of want to redo this linkage. Because sometimes it'll copy the linkage of a previous shot. I had that issue with if you copy paste an instance particle, it will sometimes copy it as a reference to the original. And therefore, if you change the original, it's going to change the one you copied and pasted in a whole different shot. And so you go and modify this one particle to fit perfect. You copy paste it, modify it a whole bunch. Then you go back to the original shot, and now that one's modified. Yeah, I don't like that. That's why normally, in this case, I don't care as much because they are copy paste. But I'll actually right click and you would say instance to lock in the values. But you can't. It's already instance. So how do I prevent that? If you go and thanks for the sub, Simon. Resub. Hey. Well, hey to you too. Hey, that sounded angry. Hey. Wait, I got to do the Z snap. I feel really dirty now. Hey. That's probably what they meant.
Yes.
Hey.
Wow.
No. But no, so to actually instance the particle, to re-instance it, if you go to edit and view your particle system, right click, then you can actually instance it again, which if I copy paste particles is usually a good idea. If you're going to modify it. In this case, I'm not, so whatever. But I am going to grab this horn, and I want to copy this one's instance of a model. I'm not going to explain all this because I have a whole video tutorial about it. So I'm going to delete this one. And we're going to paste this reference. So it should end up being the same, but it's just safer that way.
This is one of those times that I kind of wish I was sitting in front of my own computer. Because I would definitely be making a family photo right now of that ketchup bottle and his family.
Why?
Ketchup bottle. Because it takes your joke and it gives it a darker spin. That ketchup had like a bottle, like a job.
I see what you meant.
And a family.
It's like most things you do. You put a lot of effort into it for no reason.
Yes. Wow. That was a low blow for reasons that people are watching have no idea as to why. I've been very busy with something for the last few days.
I've had to tell 3 separate people that sea shanties are this generation has failed. I can say that on a lot of fronts, yeah.
I know what a sea shanty is. It's a type of shed.
It's a shanty.
Yeah.
On the sea.
Yeah.
What was I going to do? Oh, yeah. So this one wasn't copy pasted, so that's why this one is not linked. So we are going to link it. So it's probably going to still be linked to the old model. Yeah. There we go. Now it should be linked.
I know songs that make you go ho ho. Like Jingle Bells, it's Christmas. That's a sea shanty. I've discovered this just now thanks to the internet. Thank you, internet.
Why is it when people say ho ho, it always is like, do you want to allow this message? I'm sorry, Sir Edward. Apparently the bot thinks that you're talking about prostitution.
Just like Santa.
Because that's the good old Santa.
He's a pimp. Now you know. That's how he pays for all the presents.
Ho ho ho, motherfuckers. I'm just thinking of like Snoop Dogg wearing like a Santa hat and just being like,
I'm sure that's somewhere on the internet. Just I mean, that would be a dark side of Christmas. Find out Santa doesn't actually have elves. He just buys all the presents and he uses like sex trafficking to pay for all the children's toys.
He's got to get the money from somewhere.
That's right. It ain't free.
Maybe that's the way it's always been, and that's just why the phrase exists.
Ho ho ho.
It's like, hey, you want to be a ho ho ho?
There you go, kids. Now you know where your PlayStation 5 came from. Late nights with, like, Charlene or...
Whoa there, Mike.
Look, this is the world we live in.
There's a Super ad with him talking about a sparkling water machine. They actually, I guess they had a new thing with like Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
Where they had the Dio Donut, D-O double donut, I think it was. D-O double G. Yeah.
That Snoop Dogg was doing like nature documentaries for a bit. Those were funny.
Santa deniers? Deniers? You make it sound like
I believe in Santa, and I believe he's an effective pimp.
he wears a overly colorful outfit, a hat. Yeah. And he doesn't just drive in a normal vehicle. No.
He does carry a cane.
He's got to freaking have a sleigh with reindeer pulling it. You know, basically it's the equivalent of like hydraulics.
He does carry a cane everywhere he goes.
Does he?
It's a candy cane. But it's
I thought of that just as you said. Oh my god. The evidence just keeps stacking up.
It's pretty clear now.
If any presents from Santa ever come with a phone number, do not call it. For God's sake.
Just imagining Santa kicking down someone's door to get payment. Where's my money? Said Santa Claus.
Santa's got a bat. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, Christmas is a dark holiday.
Well, I thought it was already dark enough when like Futurama's version of it. Now we're adding prostitution on top.
Futurama's version was great because it was being played by John Goodman.
Was that John Goodman?
Yeah, he played Santa.
Oh, it's been forever since I heard that. That's actually awesome. Okay, I'm okay with that.
It's like crazy Santa being played by John Goodman just fits so well.
Yeah, very disappointed with Force Unleashed 2. I've never played 1, so I wouldn't be able to know. I heard the first one is good though.
I don't think I played a Star Wars game since the N64. Yeah, I certainly can't remember one.
No, I think it's got to be even. There we go.
I've always found video games based on movies or TV shows to be wanting a lot of the time.
No, the Sonic movie.
Well, I mean, video games based on those, not the other way.
Oh, the video games based on TV shows.
Like, video games based on TV shows.
Well, the thing is, Star Wars isn't a TV show.
Movie.
Yeah. It's not like you see, like, Married with Children, the video game.
That might be fun.
I would actually play that. That would be pretty fun. You just have, like, a button to just, like, shove hand in pants. Sit.
I did play one Lord of the Rings game that was pretty good. It was kind of like a JRPG style game. Lord of the Rings.
There was one
Pretty good.
I used to play. I don't have it on here. It's in my junk folder.
I'm still waiting for them to turn Fallout into a TV series, and it's my understanding that they are working on that. Yeah. That's what I want to watch.
Okay, Lord of the Rings, War of the North. War in the North. This game is bad.
Like, real bad.
But in all the right ways. Like, for one, I have 31 achievements in only 9.5 hours.
That was quick. You beat most of the game in 9 hours.
But how is it rated that high? Maybe it's this recent, so maybe they fixed some things or something. But it was just, there was a lot of things wrong with it, but we were laughing so hard through it. It's a 3-person co-op type game where you basically are like a dwarf, an elf, and a human in the standard like elf, bow, dwarf, X, whatever. And there's like the dwarf would had the ability to like find gold in the walls, but every time he did, he would be like, not everything that glitters is gold, but this is. But you would hear it like every freaking 10 seconds. And so like it's ingrained in my brain of hearing this repeat phrase. So a bad game can be good. But I'm trying to think does anybody else know like a good
video game based on a movie or a TV series?
Simpsons Racing. I heard I never played it, but I heard it was good.
I can't imagine it was It certainly didn't gain a huge following. I remember people rushing to the stores to get it.
The only reason I would say that I can't think of any is because normally I'm not one to buy into something. Oh, yes. Walking Dead Telltale series.
That was pretty good, though. I never did finish it.
No, but I heard that was actually pretty good.
I played the first game was really good.
But then again, that's not a video game. It's like a story that's based. So it's a video game, but I'd be borderline. Yeah.
Yeah. I do think there is a difference between interactive story and video game.
Steez's character achievement gained. I guess apparently I can't remember. The last time I played War of the North was at least 4 to 5 years ago, so I have no idea. And it's probably more than that.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't consider Dear Esther a video game.
But Dear Esther didn't have a TV show.
Well, I'm just saying, it's not a video game, it's an interactive experience.
I would consider that the Walking Dead, or like any of the Telltale games, would be a little bit more interactive than Dear Esther. Dear Esther had very little interaction and choice. At least there was choice in a lot of those others.
Mattered. That was kind of the.
But that's all video games.
Well, no, some video games your choices mattered. How it ends.
But all the ending is, but the whole story getting up to that ending is the exact same. The only thing at the end that changes is the animation or the video that plays. But all the action or all the sequences going up to it are almost identical. So the game, it doesn't change the game.
Or Fallout in general. The stories can.
But that's not based. We're talking TV show. Shut up.
I thought we were talking about.
No, go back. Take a step back. No, I can't think of any TV shows.
That turned into a good video game.
TV shows, movies, yes.
Mm-hmm.
TV shows, not.
I still think the
Star Wars Battlefront 2, not the new one.
Was it good?
It was good. I have. I think I have it here. Oh, I must have it in my junk folder too. I have the original like early 2000 version of it on Steam. It even says on there the year because they're like, don't confuse this with the other one. Mm-hmm. Force Unleashed on the Wii. That could play it. I think, am I basically done here? I think I can basically call this done. I don't have that baked yet. Okay. I think my only concern here is her separation here from the background. Oh yeah, well, no, the light is on. Those pillars are not lit right. Yeah. Those pillars are not lit correctly, so that'd be why they're bright white. Because otherwise it'd be like, that's a little bright, but no, that's fine. I'm gonna go with it. I don't think her separation is enough, but if I up the aperture too much more than what it is, it's gonna start blurring the cake too much, and even that is probably not gonna actually do much. So I'm gonna consider this good. That was the wrong color. I wasn't watching. There we go. The only thing in this shot that I can think of doing is, as of right now, there is no camera motion, which is what I probably should actually add into this. Because these all have, you can see the pixels just ever so slightly moving. I probably should add that a little bit. And then this shot will be done. The main reason I wanted to get these done is now I don't have to like jump maps back and forth. I can just keep it where it was. Okay. That should be fine.
That sounds like a great game. One where the boss at the end is glitched and you can't beat it.
Roxas, loved a game. Thanks for the follow, right? Loved a game called Anachronics. Well, if we want to make a game that can read, that's a difficult one to read. It was a really long sci-fi RPG game, but the end boss was glitched, so you couldn't beat it. And it was that before the era of like updates, to where you were just kind of stuck with it. Thanks for the follow, Basement. I think that might still be a little bit fast if I change this. Oh, wow. That's good. Thanks for the follow, Swanee. There's a bunch of you.
I played a little bit of the Bad Fur Day game once just for the kicks and giggles, but it was just okay.
Underrated game I love is Conquer Bad Fur Day. I don't know if I'd consider that underrated. I would think that it's a cult classic. And a cult classic I would define as something that wasn't really popular when it came out, but over time it ended up gaining a following. Because I've heard only good things about it, and I've heard a lot of people play it.
I don't think it had a whole lot of releases is why it wasn't popular originally. But then when the day of the emulator became a thing and then everybody could play it, that's when it got popular.
It's a furry haven.
It was very much a R-rated video game that made itself look like a game for kids.
I don't think I ever played it, but I know I've seen tons of pictures from it.
I think the Great Mighty Pooh monster is like the most famous thing from it.
I have no idea.
I was kind of surprised didn't that game come out on the Nintendo 64 originally? It seems like one of those games that Nintendo gets kind of overlooked. Like it shouldn't have been released on their console.
Okay, so I might have underdone the motion a little bit, but there is some motion. And mainly the motion is to just smooth the edges of the pixels, even if they're a teeny bit. Because if you don't have any motion, anything in the background that is not moving, you're going to almost see pixel by pixel exactly all the bits. And so I want to have something that smooths it out. That's the idea behind it. Or at least that's my idea behind it. I don't know if that's why everybody does it. Or other people do it. He's talking Star Wars. I have no idea. Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. All I know about Star Wars is that Disney appears to be ready to milk it for all it's worth and burn it out.
But that's what they do.
Yeah.
Thanks for the follow, Hedgehog.
They just made 3 new movies and now they're all like.
But. Like the Loki series that was coming out, I thought that was like, what the hell are they going to do with Loki? For one, alternate universe, and all the stuff that's coming in is from the actual comics, where it was the God Police. So it's like a police for gods, and so I think that's kind of funny. But it's still following. I don't like when they try to milk a series by adding content to something that wasn't there originally. But there is so much to pull from the Marvel universe, and even if it gets weird, at least it's all canon. So
Marvel has a lot of stuff to pull from. Star Wars technically does too, but they pretty much threw out the expanded universe, so they don't.
Today we celebrate the.
They're not pulling from proven stuff.
Today we.
Which I think is what ultimately hurt the movies. Like all these books and all these well-received expanded universe ideas, and Disney's just like, nope. We're going to have our own idea.
Well, they just don't want to pay royalties. So if they canceled all the other canon, they can basically then say like, oh yeah, well, we're going to go our own route. We don't have to pay you anything for your ideas. There was too much crossover, and it was probably just a clean slate because they don't even think they could determine what was official anymore.
Yeah. the Star Wars expanded universe kind of became a mess because everybody was just it's kind of like the universe around Fallout.
Today, we
like
celebrate
arguing what is and isn't part of the canon universe. It's too complicated at this point.
Well, I want to add a little bit of extra motion to him, so I'm seeing if he does this.
Today, we celebrate the overthrow of the... Today, we celebrate the overthrow...
Okay, so I think that can work, but I have to change the timing.
Today.
So this needs to be back to there, and this needs to be delayed a little bit, and then I think it'll work. We're going to try just cheating it.
Today, we celebrate the overthrow of the...
A little faster.
The overthrow of the... The overthrow of the... Today, we celebrate...
Hello, Jules. How are you doing today? I hope you had a beautiful holidays. Unless you don't do the holidays, that I hope you had a beautiful week. Hello, Elias.
No, okay, I was going to pronounce the name wrong.
What?
Ellis.
He's been here how many times?
Ellis, I don't know.
I know you can't read the screen.
I have to lean forward.
He doesn't know who's here. I could probably make the entire text cover the entire screen, and Michael would still be like, does that say Michael or potato?
I can read it.
You can read it or read?
I can read the screen.
Okay. What did Jules just say?
Finally, Jules? I have arrived.
No, you had he said, did I miss anything?
Did I miss anything? Yes, I read up.
Uh-huh. I said, what did he just say?
Well,
And you had to lean forward.
yeah.
You're wearing
I
glasses.
was looking for it.
He's blind.
I'm not.
You're not?
No.
Okay, take your glasses off.
No, then I will be. then the screen will just be a blur. I can see the screen.
Hope you don't need anywhere to go today because it's snowing pretty bad. Yeah, you know what? So where I live, like out the front door, like I can see quite a ways, but out the back door, it's basically trees within like 10 feet. So some days I'm just like, oh, it's pretty clear out. Maybe cloudy, but then like I look out the front and it's a completely different story because I can see much further and therefore the snow in the way. And so today I was kind of like, huh, not too bad. And then like then Michael was like, it's snowing pretty good. And I looked outside of the front and I'm like, whoa. There was a lot more snow. Yeah, we've had a lot of snow up in the Midwest here. Mike should become president. Mm-hmm. Okay, if you were to become president, mm-hmm. what would your like platform be?
We should put all of our funding, all of it, every last dime, into genetic engineering ponies, like talking magical horses, like. All of America's resources should be going...
Trillions of dollars.
Trillions of dollars. Like, we need to stop funding the roads. We need to stop funding, like, public transportation.
Stop funding them?
Like, just completely stop funding them. All that money needs to go to ponies.
Wow. Okay. Is that it?
That's the whole... I mean,
is the whole platform?
What else do you need?
Okay.
Like, well, there's no money left for anything else. It's all going to the creation of ponies.
What about like healthcare and student debt?
Like, no.
Okay, that's Michael's platform. Who's voting for Michael? Yeah, and who's voting for whoever's not? He said vote
for magical horses in our future.
I mean,
who wouldn't vote for
I will say the simplicity of the platform is quite elegant. Like no.
What do you mean no? Don't you want magical horses? Jeez, some people.
Equestria Daily is the president's official social media. Replace the Statue of Liberty with a statue of Derpy.
Yes. I guess we can move some funding.
I'm pretty sure you could afford using the national budget to pay for the copyright that would be required.
Paying them copyright.
You're the government. You have to follow your own laws.
No, we're changing them.
You're gonna break the law and then pardon yourself.
We will be using orphans in the process. I'm just saying. I mean, we need to get genetic material from somewhere.
Wow, that's a nice material. Where'd you pull that from? Oh, we ground up all the orphans.
Yes.
We just had a conversation earlier today about orphans. What was that?
I was gonna help orphans, but they're not allowed to have my mod now.
Yeah, well, yeah,
No
that
orphans allowed.
the mod you're working on. It has the one restriction is that orphans cannot use the mod.
Today
No
we
orphans.
I think itself is a little too high. Derpity?
Yes. 2040.
I like derpity.
We need to build that derp.
Air Force changed to the Wonderbolts. Magic for all.
Yes, we will invent magic. We will use our science to invent magic.
Sounds like backwards.
Jesus, it's very.
Like you'll just rebrand science.
It's like magic is scientific as.
No, you just like science is now known as magic.
Yes, it always was. It's always.
It always has been.
It's always just been.
Today we
magic. It's one of my favorite lines from Futurama. It's like, with all your science mumbo jumbo, have you ever figured out how a robot talks or walks? It's like, yes, you idiot. It's right here in your instruction.
today
diagram.
we
It's my favorite.
today we
5G is now just magic. Yes, the army changed to the apples. You guys are trying to like determine what the government would look like under pony ownership.
A lot of support here in this chat.
No Michael for president. I will vote for not Michael.
What? Vote against Michael's vote against horses. Dare you, sir?
No, you're already doing slander ads. No.
today we
Michael wants to destroy the world with ponies.
today we celebrate
But what is a world without ponies?
Exactly. Like, think about it for just a moment.
Today
Be
we
hunting
celebrate
a pony right now.
today we celebrate
Magical
the overthrow of the today we celebrate
I mean,
the
chances
overthrow
are
of
she won't like you, but we tried.
Argo's conspiring against Mike for president. Let's take him as president. This escalated quickly. What are you talking about?
I already have a fanatic rallying base.
Your rent went up. and if
All the more reason to
you're
take
wondering why,
prisoners.
Alexander's to blame.
Yes. Look, Alexander, if you could take me prisoner before the end of the month, that would be great.
You can't take me prisoner in my own house.
overthrow
The
overthrow.
closet over there, though.
The derpy gulag. What is a gulag?
It sounds wonderful. It's essentially like a dungeon.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sounds like a more. It sounds like a party dungeon.
Party dungeon.
Okay, guys, let's go to the party dungeon. Gulag.
Yay. If it's full of derpies, though, it sounds
The
wonderful.
mutiny. I'm in your set, Argo. Let's say poison Mike when he isn't looking. Well, no, you can't say that. I'm supposed to just do it. Now it's complacent. Yeah, now if I do it, we're both guilty. Now I gotta find another way. It would have been so easy. You got the cup right there.
I know, it's already filled with poison now.
Like I had a pen right here. Well, I don't know. Is ink poisonous?
And mildly. I mean, I would probably get the...
Mildly is not enough. This needs... I mean, there's quite a bit in there.
Yeah, I'd probably get the runs.
I don't think that's quite
It's
enough.
your goal to give me diarrhea, and that will succeed.
Yes, we have given him bowel issues. The president-elect is pooping. +1 for the derpy prison. There would be a derpy prison. What would the derpy prison
I
look
don't know,
like?
but it sounds wonderful. wonderful. It sounds like
It sounds wonderful.
It does.
Prison's not supposed to be wonderful.
Yes, but if it's filled with like just a big pile of derpy plushies you can just like jump into.
I can just see like there would be a prison where they'd be like it's derpy prison. There's tons of derpies in prison. You would immediately just be like out in public with a machine gun, be like, ah! Like, yay prison!
Yay prison! I'd go knock over some lamps or something.
Lamps?
That's about all the evil I got in me.
But how long would you be in prison?
I mean, I can do stuff once I'm in there to keep me in there.
You have to do some drastic stuff to be in there for a while.
Bite one of the guards.
And hopefully not in a state that has like lethal injection.
They're gonna kill me for knocking over lamps and biting guards.
Biting guards?
I'm gonna bite them.
Why?
To stay in prison because it's got derpies.
That sounds like you could just plead for insanity.
I don't know that there is the insane asylum have derpies.
There's no derpies at the insane
Well,
asylum.
then I need to walk.
It's all like Tavia's.
Today we celebrate the overthrow of the central government. Today we
brainwashed until you become a pro-Mike activist and derby lover. You know?
This sounds like a communist prison or
This
something.
does sound like the kind of prison I would establish under my presidency / dictatorship.
Yeah, and you wouldn't even be like subtle about it. You'd be signing executive orders or like prisoners must bleed derp.
Yes.
Like praise the derp. We're gonna replace every star on the American flag is gonna replace with Derpy's face and muffins.
Derpyism will become the new national religion.
You can't make a national religion. That's against the Constitution.
We're gonna change that.
We're gonna rewrite the Constitution.
For the sake of derpyism.
Derpyism?
Yes.
Is that what it's called?
It's the name of the religion.
It is.
Yes.
With the Book of Derp.
The work of derp. All praise to derp. You just hope it's one page. It's really simple. It says praise derp.
Wasn't there a website about that or something?
Yes, it was. But it got pretty extreme. It was
The Holy Order of the Derp.
Yes.
All praise the Derp.
All praise the derp. See, my praise.
You guys are some
really shaping up.
today we
You guys
celebrate
are some extremists.
Yeah, well,
You just
you would say that non-derpy lover, anti-derper.
today we
the law's never in place yet.
today
The
we
derping has begun.
The derpening.
The derpening.
Let's put it the holy muffin of derp. No. You guys are getting. This is getting like. Just, as long as you don't drink the punch. Just buy highlighted messages in professional voice acting. Also stupid faces. No.
See what you did. You brought up the fact of me becoming president, and now there's a cult forming.
It's only been like
Apparently,
40 minutes. Yeah.
This is what happens. It's like Mike's off his medication. and now
Today
he's
we
leading
celebrate
people
the
down
overthrow
road
of
and
the
they're all
central
screaming
government.
dirty.
This sounds like it's not gonna go well.
Be fine.
Overthrow
You were
of
right
the
with
central
Ashman
government.
finished genetically engineering all those poems.
Today we celebrate the
I don't think I'm gonna have Trixie move.
Reenact my little Dashie with that guy
Overthrow of
basically
the central
practiced
government.
Dash in his house for the better part of 20 years.
Today we celebrate the overthrow of the central government.
I think I can call this one good.
Wonderful. Well, you're all in the cult now, so.
He's in the cult too.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's definitely a cult leader. I mean, look at him. He does have the benefit of having mind control helmets. I could really use those.
I don't think that it works on a platform for presidency if you basically just outright state mind control.
Well, if you've already mind controlled them, then it
Mind
works great.
controlled?
Yes.
Is that a phrase?
Like I mind controlled you. Now you will do as I say.
Not a cult, more like a group of really rabid fans willing to commit atrocities in the name of someone cute and fuzzy. That sounds like a cult. Okay, President Mike.
I'm reading what it says. It says, take all the derpy haters to the derp dungeons immediately. All the anti-derp groups will be terminated till the end of next year. Right now, we will start with this one.
No!
We're taking him away. It's like, no.
Don't make me pull out the chicken.
Not the chicken. The chicken is the enemy of the derps. I know what that chicken's done.
I wish I still had the video of
I will never forget the video.
chicken. So, but I can't even explain it because it was pretty lewd, but it was funny. But it was the classic. It was a chicken doing things, and the classic phrase of like Michael in the background, like all we hear is just out of nowhere, Dippy no, Dippy no. and that is still a phrase I love. Dippy no.
Chicken's evil.
Chicken is evil,
Chicken is very evil.
but in a good way.
No, not in a good way. It didn't help that Surya added like screaming noises to the video.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, it was horrifying.
It was great. It was a little dark, but
A little.
it happens.
No. It should never happen.
Hey, it's nature.
Chickens and ponies.
You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals.
No. One's a chicken.
Is a chicken a mammal?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a bird.
Is a bird a mammal?
No.
Is it?
No. Birds are not mammals. Don't put this in. This is sad. Birds are not mammals. No, bird is not.
A bird. It says.
It's a bird.
It says a bird. ... is a mammal.
Something mammal.
Yeah. It's
Okay, fine. I can see birds are mammals.
Not. What's the difference?
It's a double negative.
It's a double negative. Yeah.
Birds are mammals now.
Birds are mammals now.
I will make this law once I'm president.
Okay, which means that it's okay, and that's immediate consent.
Wait a minute.
It's law.
This law is getting dark.
Chickens will massacre. Yes.
The chicken uprising.
I have a challenge for Mike.
Oh no.
If he gives a good cult leader speech, I will gift a few subs. How many depends on how good he does. Deal. Do you think you can give a good cult leader speech? With like emotion? I know that's the hardest part.
Emotionless. Okay, you're gonna give subs. We must move out. We must attack the non-believers. We must go out and praise the derp and destroy all the non-believers. We will rise, I say, against our oppressors that would prevent us from having the derps. The derps are necessary. I have one here. I keep trying to. We will take him and we will force him to accept derp into his life. So yeah.
You know, all great speeches end in so yeah.
So yeah, let's do that. Let's get to it.
So yeah, drink the punch. Burn the heretic. What are you doing?
Well, apparently we have to set you on fire now.
No.
This is the will of derp.
Oh, I shut the monitor up. Hold
It happens.
on.
Blame chicken.
Blame chicken. He is by the power button. No, it's just that one little thing is right by the power
We
button.
will have to destroy all the chickens in this new world.
This value going highlights good. 10 out of 10 speech. Sir Edwards appreciated that. Yes. Encore. Anybody that ends a speech in "oh yeah," whoa, you did a lot.
Subs.
That's
like a whole foot long.
What?
It's a lot of subs.
Oh. Well, that's a foot long. Hey, Gail, that's amazing. Thank you very much. He's going through a lot of cools.
I have been just drinking straight whiskey for the last hour.
Yeah, I've already finished my second drink too. But okay, this point now I have unlimited. Yes, coffee cups. Thank you very much. But you have delivered a foot long. Yeah, he's gonna keep saying cool.
Cool.
It doesn't do it in the recording though. I just can't get that out of my head now. Like I did not know what the hell you were talking about.
That's pretty par for the course, though, isn't it?
A little bit. Gotta make a new light to make the default folder. There we go. There. 50 calls for chat. You did what? You did, according to Michael, it was a foot long of subs.
Mm-hmm. It's delicious.
I haven't had a Subway like sandwich in how many subs? That was 10. It says at the top there, so it was really cool. Thank you very much.
I used to love Subway. As far as like fast food places went, it was my favorite. In terms of a healthy option, it is the healthier option, but it is not a lot of bread.
It's not a healthy option, but compared to like McDonald's or something, it's probably better.
I don't know.
It depends on what you get on it too, and it depends on the bread, because even then, like their wheat bread isn't really wheat, so well, it wasn't. It's better now, but
it's essentially cake.
Yeah, it's just cake, but it's better than compared to some others. It's not fried, but
I don't like Jimmy John's that much.
I like Jimmy John's. No, I like Jimmy John's. I like their. Have you ever had their wheat bread? Like, because I know normally you always get it on the white bread, which is their traditional like sub longer bread. But have you ever gotten their wheat bread? They have it. If you don't even know that they have it, they do have wheat bread. And if you haven't, it's basically just toast. It's super, super thick wheat bread and super, super soft, which already tells me that it's probably not like the most whole grain of wheat, but it's really, really good. And it is a better option. I never had coffee.
You know what? Do yourself
You're starting a whole nother topic on that one.
Just don't have coffee. It is a very...
But no, they do have wheat, but like I said, it's like normally used to like the cut... like long tube sandwich. It is basically toast, like a toast type square bread. So it's very different, but it is good, and you can buy it by the loaf there, like the day old stuff. It's good. I do like their bread quite a bit.
I just like. I used to go to Subway for the tuna sandwiches on the wheat quite often. Tuna sandwich on wheat's just a good sandwich.
Okay, so one thing I'm seeing as a problem here is this. From the angle I'm using this map at, it's kind of like floating up here. That and this wall right here is not visible. This light should be hitting it.
I just know before I moved here, I didn't drink that much coffee, and now I drink it almost every day, and it's his fault, but that's okay.
I'll take the blame.
Yeah.
You need to figure out what's going on here because this wall is not accepting light right now. Ah. Okay. I can fix that. So something with this value is not, or where that is not enough. Let's see if we may.
Spamming pony pictures and coffee cups now.
Because they all got coffee cups now. Is that, I can't remember. Is that a tier? It's fine. I can tell me here. I think it's a tier 1. I would assume so because you guys are just all doing coffee now. You just bought the coffee cup too. JJ's bread is good. Yes, I do think. Chill Argo. Other question: do you enjoy Deep Rock Galactic? That's a nice game, right? Yeah, we've been doing derp, so I've been doing.
It's working. The indoctrination is.
We've been looking for the small group of friends to play with. We've been looking for a co-op game. Like one of our friends went to the military, so we've been kind of like a lot of us have been doing a lot of different things, and so we were looking for something that was a more co-op experience, and that was a very high-rated game. So for Christmas, I basically bought all our friends the game, and we were talking about doing it anyway, but then I thought, Merry Christmas, here you go, because it was on sale. And yeah, we've actually all been enjoying it quite a bit. It fits it checks a lot of boxes for the type of experience I enjoy. Short, quick games that involve procedural generated areas that you can explore, which is, I love that kind of stuff. Yeah, we've been playing it actually quite a bit. Kind of put me behind on some other stuff that I wanted to do this last week, but at the same time, I got so much off time right now. It's nice to just, like I normally do at the end of the year, where I basically just like F off on everything, and then as soon as the new year starts, kind of hit hard again going forward.
I didn't really start drinking coffee till I was in college, so that's not weird at all.
Could you enjoy the subs? No, thank you very much, Elias. It is definitely appreciated, and I know that everybody here does as well. Tier 2 is Belva Rainbow, and Tier 3 is Dolphin God. So yeah, there will be some changes coming to Twitch tier stuff. The Twitch side of stuff isn't really going to change, but I actually there are some additional benefits to people, being that Twitch is the stream platform that I use for the making of content, but I still do make content, and with Patreon and a bunch of those other platforms that exist for the purpose of people monetarily supporting the stuff that I do. Twitch is still a platform that does that, so I wanted to mix some of those together. And so there are some of the Twitch sub benefits that are mixed in with Patreon benefits, and those are going to be changing slightly at the beginning of the year. Do know that anybody that's on here, if you are on my Discord, you do have access to a supporter chat right now. That is a separate chat that is for people that are supporting, which that includes you now. Starting at the beginning of the year, that's going to change a little bit on how that works. But I'll have a video actually out on there in the next 2 or 3 days describing that. So I just thought that Twitch subs are a support mechanism, so I wanted to actually add some benefits to those that are more than just emotes and special icons. So but I have the distribution method is stuck to Discord because that's the only platform that I have that I can do that on. So anyways, I'll always play it alone or with my brother. Maybe one day I can tag along. Yeah, right now we have 5 people that are playing it, and a lot of time there's been a couple nights that we had 5 people that are on playing it, so we've been kind of like splitting up or doing something with it. We're very early on. I think I'm like player level 28 or 29.
And I've kind of been taking a break from it.
Well, not a break. I would say that you're just distracted yourself with other things.
Yeah. If John's on, it's a reason to just let him play with you guys.
All right, so what I want to do here is I want to blend this forest in the background into basically this. I might want to find a different skybox for that, only because this flat line looks
Is there like a forest
cheap. Not. There's no matter what you would do for a forest skybox, the most you can do is a mountain skybox. A forest is too close.
Oh, I mean, one side of that castle is against mountains, so.
But it's matching the brightness of all the previous shots, making it dark and blue and whatever. Which branch of service did your friends go into? He's in National Guard. He was the same guy that was here last Friday. Was it last Friday?
It was around then.
No, it was Tuesday. Last Tuesday. Yeah. It's Kyle that showed up here. He's doing National Guard stuff. And he's been on the stream before. If you've seen some of my stream highlights, he's been on there before because we used to be in the same apartment, which is when I did my streaming in the apartment. He would just sometimes come over because he was literally just down the hall. But now it's a little harder because we all kind of live separately. I think for now I might just set this up so that it's. Oh, actually, these ones I don't. Oh. Actually, you know what? I don't think I can. Yeah, fuck. All right, so I can't actually use the fog because there is no fog controller on this map. This is one of the reasons that if you make a map, for anybody making maps out there, add a fog controller, even if it's disabled or not working. You cannot override or add fog to a map unless it has a fog controller on it, even if it's disabled, even if it's not doing anything, unless it is there, I can't do anything with the fog controls, which is really annoying. So I can't actually do the fog. Thankfully, I am at least outside of that range, because that would be, I think that's might be a lighting glitch actually, but so I might have to do some skybox digging. There we go. Would have told you to tell him something if he was the same as me. No, he's right now on back for like winter break stuff. So I need a very, very dark map that does not have a strong horizon. That is the big thing. And that is going, well, this was a lower horizon, but it's not dark enough. Oh, that's space.
Got like Zen.
These are too detailed.
Oh, there's forest.
But those are, yeah, but these are like,
That's,
no, yeah, it's not going to work. And some of these I have to ensure that if I use it, like, what are these from? They exist in the Half-Life source game files, but unused. Yeah, I don't know if I'd rely on those.
I think you're on the official Valve page, so
yeah. So
what you're going to see here is official Valve stuff.
Well, what official Valve and SFM are different.
Yeah,
it's ensuring that all the content is matching up. This might work. What is this one?
Moonshine event. It's like one of the Halloween
Team Fortress 2. Okay, so that. Oh God, I can't remember. There we go. It might have been a skybox that was added in a later event, and therefore I never actually had it brought over.
I think it's one of the Halloween events. That's all I know.
I mean, it could. I could. Oh, that's the preview. I thought that was going to be a full size thing.
When's the last time you updated TF2?
Are those free use maps or part of a paid service? Which maps are you talking about? Like these ones I'm looking at are different. These are just skyboxes that are listed on Valve's website. You can usually force override. It is a instance based thing. So while I can override it, it's not going to be a permanent thing. And actually, now that I think about it, I don't even need to worry about that. I have another way of doing it.
One of the cool things about Valve in general is pretty much anything they make in one of their games, they pretty much just give out for free.
Giving out for free and giving a release are different things.
Like, what was that game? Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy? A lot of the assets he used were from Valve. Just because Valve lets people use them.
But again, you have to provide a release. SFM's does have a release. If you want to dig through their source site, there is an actual release on a form that states that all assets that come with SFM are allowed for non-commercial use. Bennett Foddy is not a non-commercial use.
Yeah.
That is a commercial use. Therefore, he probably still had to pay to do it. They are very flexible on it, but the use of such would still require some kind of a monetary compensation.
Yeah, I can't imagine it was too much because I don't think he was expecting
No, probably
to
not.
blow up like it did.
Probably not. But not. I brought this up many times before, but the YouTube's platform is a non-commercial use because you're not selling a product. So anything I put up on there will fall under royalty-free non-commercial use. As long as I am not using that video to promote and sell a physical product, then that becomes a different story. Or for the physical product itself. So Valve has provided the non-commercial release on content. If you want to use it for the selling of a product, then you probably have to go another step further.
I am impressed with whoever made this castle, as far as items are concerned. People making these pony maps and these pony models, they're just amazing. It's not as dark as I remember seeing it.
I truly enjoy supporting you. I get so much joy from streams and videos. I'm just glad I can show appreciation somehow. Well, thank you very much. Actually, that's awesome. It's we're gonna be doing a bunch of well, not we, I guess, but I will be doing I just recorded the video today about some of the changes and how some of the support structure and stuff is going to work in the background because I definitely want to grow things. And I have ideas for such, but there is no way for me to do such while working my current job. And there's no way to change job situation without some heavy changes. So the main idea is to try to keep doing my small portion, but start offloading other portions to other people and to try to grow things, but by having a team or a group. And we have other ideas for stuff. And again, the video covered that in the future. But some of that stuff will cost a bit. And so I am working to figure out estimates and stuff so that by certain times, whether or not some things can go forward. But again, I'll have that video out soon on regards. But I have a lot of big ideas. And YouTube as a platform, as a monetary platform, works really well for a lot of people. But for the things that I do, not really. Actually, it's actually pretty poor. It's worked out really well lately because that was my focus. I was definitely putting a lot of time and effort into improving that side of things, but it is built for people making different type of content than animators that are making shorts and stuff. So the Twitch subs and the people that are supporting on that side are more super helpful on keeping things consistent and reliable and stable. So I definitely do appreciate it more than you know. Because it's nice right now that I can just go on and be like, I need this to make this, and I can just do it. So without bankrupting myself in doing it. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Big idea. Argo is actually a proprietor of G5. No. Why is this not? I see the texture on here, but I'm not seeing it there.
I'm looking forward to G5. We'll see. I was hopeful that Pony Life would be good too, and it's not bad, but it's not. not really worth following either. It's fine.
There is a fog controller. There is a fog controller. I'm like, why is it gray? The only reason it would be gray is if there was a fog controller that was removing the colors. Okay, that actually... I still probably want to do this, but it does open up some options. That is actually really good to know. I just was not playing with the right values, apparently. Anyway, let me catch up here. What did you say for music again? I forgot what it was. Well, I haven't been listening to my YouTube list for a long time because of the DMCA takedown issues that have been popping up lately. I have basically stopped listening to anything that I am unsure of. Right now, I'm actually listening to Dark Fantasy Studio, which I had bought a humble bundle for that came with a bunch of actually pretty good songs on it, and so I have all the rights to use those now, and it says specifically for streaming. So right now this is Dark Fantasy Studio. Dreamimation, it is Dreamimagination. Besides that though, it is there's some stuff from Stream Beats that I've used before as well, because that's also a DMCA free music library that you can use for streaming. If you're looking for just royalty free music to just use in other stuff, Kevin MacLeod's always the meme, like well-known one. There's also just search royalty-free music, and you can anything you basically find that gives you a release specifically, or if it's not attribution free, if there's like a thing to put in your description, it's usually still free to use them. I read the writer on the stimulus bill regarding the new stricter laws and copyright violations. They're going to cause so many problems for streamers. I don't think so. I think from a general platform, it's not going to affect many people. Could it? Yes. I think that they could definitely start slamming down the hammer on people if they so wished, but I don't see that happening. Because all it's going to do is give them a horrible image. It's going to take away a great medium that people have been using. Because if you start doing it to certain people, you basically have to do it to everybody. Because you can't just say, you can't use it, but you can, and you can't, because those are the big guys and you're the smaller guys. No, you basically have to do it to everybody across the board. And that would be that'd be huge investment to do some giant lawsuits across the board for this, or to do all that, because all of them require a court case or something, or some settlement. That is all lawyer fees. That is billions of dollars from the music industry to try to get all those little people. They're not going to do it. It's probably going to go to the people that are excessively abusing the system for the purpose of self-gain. The people that are just doing it for a nice, fun intro, but are still putting the info somewhere where people can see it, whatever. But the people that are using it for commercial purposes or are horribly over abusing it, maybe. Or just to scare people away from doing it. But I don't see much happening from it. It's because of the DMCA takedowns that I've been doing my changes. It's just safer that way. Is there anything to do to help? Just let me know. I would gladly give it my all to help you on your way. Don't worry about it. Right now, I want to do some of these changes because I don't want to have it be where a small group is supporting a large thing. I would rather have it where a lot of people are supporting in smaller ways. And there are going to be, I'll have the video out in a couple of days, and you can see the info for that. Because, well, I think it's great. I don't want to be a burden on anybody, for sure. My DMs are always open. Don't worry about it. And trust me, I have my finances are perfectly fine. I could invest a bunch of money into stuff. I just don't want to, because I feel like it's a slippery slope where I'm going to just like bankrupt myself because I want to just put money into things that I shouldn't. So I want to see how things go, and then if I feel comfortable with it, I can do that.
Wait till his birthday to get all of his equipment.
Can I have a Ryzen 9 5950X and a RTX 3090 with liquid nitrogen cooling? Well, for one, neither are available. I'm actually looking to buy a 5950X for my computer, and I'm looking to get a 3080. 3090 is probably overkill for what I would need.
You want both?
One's a processor, one's a graphics card.
Oh, they're both graphics cards. I haven't been keeping up on the news.
Apparently, you're just one old man right there.
I did. I thought that was the new. Never mind.
And liquid nitrogen cooling is probably not going to be a type of cooling that you would want to use on a day-to-day basis. That is it for a world or a record breaking. I can't see any way you could set up a computer to run a consistent like LN2 cooling solution that wouldn't require a ton of maintenance and a lot of money just for that teeny little buff. 3-year prison terms for first offense. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen because again, if you were to have that happen for those kind of situations, are you going to start sending that out to tens of thousands of people?
I'm just
No.
imagining entire prison systems built to keep YouTubers.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. It sounds like an extreme measure, but think back to COPA. COPA was originally a worry because people were going to be fined $49,000 per offense on all this stuff, and people were freaking out about it. Have you heard of a single instance of that happening? No, I have not heard of a single instance of it going on. It's mainly put in place to just prevent people from being stupid. And as long as you then just stop being stupid on it, and it doesn't mean that you have to be like 100% in compliance, as long as you just aren't abusing the system for the purposes of self-gain against everything that the law states. So for the COPA thing, as long as you weren't making kids content and advertising it in ways that and lying on everything and abusing the system, you were fine. Nothing was going to happen. So it's the same thing here it's basically saying stop using the horribly copyrighted stuff. So like, don't listen to Justin Bieber on your stream. Don't listen to that stuff. Why? Like I've been listening to like other creative music on like YouTube platform music that I probably don't have to worry about. But the main concern is these big record label people, or like a streamer that was playing a very, very big popular musician's music at the start of every single stream. Then that actually starts getting into like some issues potentially. So just change it. And you can't just say like, I've always been doing it that way, so it's okay now. It doesn't mean it was okay then. So there's going to be some changes, but I don't see anything that drastic happening. It just, nobody could afford like every single lawsuit for something like that would happen. So like they would have to file it, would potentially cost hundreds of thousands in lawyer fees. And then you have tens of thousands of people. No music industry is going to want to pay that. They could make an example of a few people, but it's not going to be an industry-wide thing. Piece got copyrighted in a video. Is playing random tunes on his flute that sounded like a song got struck for it. But it depends though. There's strike and copyright ID. And then he could have probably disputed that because there's an automated system. So did you dispute it? And then did it get turned around? When did this happen? Because now they actually allow covering of work. So you can cover music and I'll still get a portion of the revenue, or it'd be allowed more than others. There's a lot more to it. Most situations, if you boil it down to a single sentence or two, is not going to get a full story. LN cooling is very expensive. Yes, I could. Yeah, I love watching it. I've been watching a lot of Jay's 2 cents videos because his personality is super fun. And he's been doing a lot of LN2 stuff lately, and I just find it fascinating to see how some of that works. But I wouldn't want to do that for a PC. It's just for breaking records and stuff. Hello, Blitz. How are you doing today? I hope you had a good holiday. I hope you're having a good New Year too. Hopefully 2021 is going to be better for everybody. Common sense isn't common anymore. Yeah, but I just don't think it's going to be that bad.
That my whole life.
When I upload on YouTube, I always listen to YouTube music with headphones not connected to the camera. Yeah, I always have a thing. Every time I upload to YouTube, I basically like I wait 24 hours before to see how anything on copyright goes through, because sometimes it just takes time. Normally it's instant. The engine. I had somebody just re-upload one of my videos, and it was black and white with like horrible contrast. And the engine still detected that was a match for one of my videos. Like, I have no idea how it figured it out. The engine is smart. Thank you, Jinxie Cake. 2021 is going to be better, and Here's the last 3 sub from me till then. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I think 2021 is going to be, I think 2020 was rough because it was a slap in the face. Now, at least we're still riding it and we know what's going on. When it will get better, who knows?
2021 is when the aliens are going to show up and start destroying humanity. I mean,
Michael, stop this.
I'm making this year look better.
I can't mute him. No, I think that's actually one of the things I was bringing up. Like, I have actually a lot of plans. I think the video that I have for like, I'm going to be putting out for patrons and Twitch subs in the next couple days, covering 2021. It's like 15 minutes long because I have a lot of ideas for things that I want to do, and I can't really go much past Q1 on stuff because I just don't know. Some of the ideas require COVID to be at least in a position where people can gather, and I just am unable to go forward with stuff until I know. And so it's ideas. Till then, I'm kind of stuck. Went out for my help if it would be a burden because you have a stable life. I know you don't need it necessarily, but just knowing that you can ask for support is good to know. No, I understand. And I've actually considered for some of the stuff we want to invest in because we want to do more, some more live action type stuff. And but the investment for some setup like that is actually complex and space wise too, for where I am. But again, it's gathering of people. That's the concern. But even then, I don't mind. I even like if you look at my finance for last year, I actually went negative for part of the year because I knew that I would be able to make it up before the end of the year, but I needed the stuff now and I prefer to get it now. So I went negative and then I paid myself back over the year. But no, don't worry about it. There will be methods for support if people want, but I don't like not having the ability to get back without or I want it to be an exchange. Yes, I hope the best for 2021, but who knows? Only time will show. Yeah, every week's been different. My goal right now for a lot of the stuff I'm planning on is that midsummer is when we can start moving forward with some of the ideas we have. We want to start prepping it in late spring, but it's more of that's the current plan, but who knows? We're playing it day by day, week by week. But I am hoping to at least sometime over the next 2 months, probably, to offload some of my current editing work. So, and I've already got that kind of lined up a little bit. So I'm hoping that highlights to maybe not so much tutorials, but highlights, time lapses, and just other non-animation content would actually not be done by me. So working on that, because that would free up a lot of time for me, not just to work on animation stuff, but just to be as free time in general. But I'm hoping to actually put it as to more time for animation stuff. I'm trying to figure out what the numbers are for this.
Hello, new person.
Hello, Banner. How you doing? Good evening. I hope you are doing well as well. Is this guy in the... Not you guy, but like...
That guy.
Well, because this... Like, I'm changing the colors now, and I'm not... Why is it not... Okay, there we go. So these models are apparently not part of the skybox. That one is. This makes it a little messy because it means, no, because this red fog, oh no, this red fog would be. Okay, so you need to go black. You will stay red. And we're going to start you at like there and there. Okay, this might still not work. I'm guessing they have it set up where the skybox has a fog, but this part, which is not part of the skybox, doesn't have a fog. And the problem is, I have options. I'm just not sure how to do it.
Oh, gaming night.
A real life project, interesting. I hope it would be possible 2021, or at least planning in part. Well, kind of yes and no. It would be. I don't want to go into much details because it'll be covered in that other video, and I don't want to spoil the stuff for that group.
Is there any project that isn't?
But, yeah. Well, yeah. But the idea for it is that it would not be on my normal YouTube. We would probably be making a second YouTube channel for some of the stuff, mainly because I don't want to spam. When you make a channel, a lot, or like really releasing content on YouTube or anywhere really, people have an expectation as to what they're signing up for when they go there. Normally, a location or a YouTube channel has a theme of things that are there, and if you start varying it too much, and you go too general, it's going to be difficult to pull people in, because the more specific you get, the easier it is to pull in people of that specific group. But the broader you make it, the harder it is to check all the boxes for the people you need to bring in. So I don't want to fill my normal YouTube channel with a whole bunch of content that is not of its specific purpose, which is basically animation. So I want to keep that to animation. And so some of that stuff would be separate. I would definitely be trying to push people to that direction and advertise it, but it would not be filling people's feed that don't want that in their feed. Because all I would do is be going against the purpose of YouTube, or the current YouTube. Hello, Rage. And hello, Gaming Night. How are you? And it's not going to be anything extensive. It would just be, again, there'll be more information on that coming out later. So I think that these are, based on this lighting, these are just black models. So I can't even just like light these up. Yeah, these are definitely. So when I enter the black area out here, this is when I'm hitting 3D Skybox. But that one wasn't 3D Skybox. This map is not made for this angle. Can I just change this angle? I might just do that. Why, if I can't just like solve the issues, I'll just cheat the issues.
What was the name for this castle ever really decided on?
Well, this is the Castle of the Two Sisters.
Yeah, that's what I've always heard the name of.
I think it's I don't know if that's the official name, but it sounds official enough.
Yeah, I've heard it referred to as Luna's Castle and Everfree Castle.
But if it's Luna's Castle, it has 2 thrones.
Yeah.
But why is the Canterlot Castle only have 1?
Well, Celestia was pretty much
The-
alone.
Celestia's like, ha 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 ha, Luna, go over there. Go in the forest. In the
Yes.
deep, deep, dark forest. There's not even roads going there.
Well, banners for both of the princesses are in that castle.
Well, that sounds pretty cool, Sunset. Well, good luck with that. Blue screen. My PC is pretty beefy, to be honest. Mine's actually pretty good too. My main holdback right now is my graphics card, but I basically, I didn't invent 9700K, but I want to go to something that has a lot more cores, because for a lot of video stuff on the side, not for gaming, but for video stuff, it would actually be pretty beneficial. So I would want to go to 5950K because of that. But the 9700K that I have, and it's overclocked, is actually doing me fine. My bottleneck right now is definitely my graphic card, which is still a 1080 Ti. It's not a small or not a slow graphics card. It's a good graphics card. It's just for the stuff that I'm doing, it is currently my bottleneck. I have an M.2 running all my games. 9700K overclocked is, if you consider to all processors that are coming out now, is not that far off. But in terms of graphics card, it's 2 generations behind. So, even my processor technically is 2.
Generation behind, so
Yeah. Well, you spent a lot.
I did.
You figured a point before I ask more on the project. Wait for the video. Maybe some things will become clear. Yeah, I don't cover too much in there because our details are a little bit sparse. But again, I don't want to go into like this huge amount of detail of like figuring out everything that we want to do when again we don't know. Everything's up in the air. Everything's unclear, and it's. And I think I even mentioned in there, it's I'm expecting a lot of drastic changes of plans. Because who knows? Will BabsCon just announced that they're going to be delayed until 2022 for the next convention. Windy City is planned in the summer. Are they going to happen? Should I be planning for a convention? I don't know. It's just too much I don't knows, and I don't like that. There's a lot of things I want to do, and I would like to be able to say yay or nay. But
I can't wait to be able to go back outside and start looking phone poles again. I miss it.
Phone poles?
Yeah.
There's phone poles?
No, that's that's what I always used to call the poles. They were the telephone poles.
You could still go out there and do that.
Yeah, but they got Corona on them now.
They do.
Yeah, that's where it comes from.
They come from telephone poles. It's old wood.
Yeah.
Not monkeys. Or bats. It was bats.
I just realized the fact that I don't call them electric poles, that I call them like they're the telephone wires. That's the thing that the signal travels down on the Morse code machines.
I got to send my grandma a telegraph. Beep, 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 beep.
Beep, beep, beep.
She reads Morse code.
She does. You have to back in them days. Too bad she never learned to actually read anything else. Just Morse code.
It's like, how you doing today, Grandma? Beep, 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 beep.
That's pretty fine, Grandma.
That sounds real nice.
Good to hear about the chickens.
I probably just said a swear word in Morse or something. Celestial trapped in the moon. Sorry, Luna's trapped in the moon. Celestial should be trapped in the moon too. That'd be ironic.
She did in one episode.
I'm hoping that the guy translated the Mayan apocalypse of 2012 didn't transpose the last two numbers. Nobody's gonna know the future for stuff like that. I remember back when all that crap was happening. The world's gonna end when the world ends. Every year we're closer. And Cantala, the older sisters, gets a seat. Yeah, I thought that was. Now they're just like, oh, Luna's back. What, should we completely change everything to make it even? No, just shove her seat behind me, make her look like my assistant.
Yeah, it's because that's her whole reason for getting in a fight with her sisters, feeling like she was underappreciated.
But it also could be
we gave you the small seat.
Like they had with the swapping episodes, though, is it showed that one of them really doesn't want the limelight as much, so putting them in an even seat probably wouldn't make any sense.
It wasn't a matter of, Luna didn't care about having equal time in the spotlight. She just wanted appreciation from the general public.
Jules, that sounds delicious. Is there a little butter on there, too? Brown sugar cinnamon bread with, a little bit of hot butter. Oh, that sounds really good. The note is just too big as for now, and it certainly will last for many more months. Truly a shame that this is a reality now. Well, yeah, but I'm kind of used to that, and that's fine. It's more of I want to move forward with stuff, and I don't care when it is. I would just like to be able to know something that I can actually plan on, and that's what the tough part is. And I mean, yeah, I would love to do that right now because usually when you're the highest motivation, it's the greatest time to move forward with stuff. But yeah, it's whatever.
I mean, there would be so much less to worry about though for next year if the whole world just burst into flames. That would solve a lot of problems.
Michael,
but the end of the world isn't that bad.
Why?
Because there's very few things to worry about at the end of the world.
Death is only painful at the start. Then it's an eternity of freedom.
Quick. Look, not worried about the end of the world. It's got its upside. It's called the silver lining.
Don't listen to Michael. He's a masochist. We actually just covered this yesterday.
I look at the bright side. The fiery.
How is that the bright side?
Because it's a big giant fire.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be pretty bright. If the atmosphere sets aflame. Always look on the bright side of life.
What's that from?
Life of Brian.
Oh, yes, it was. Yes. Okay. I remember hearing that. Was that the one where they're on the crucifixes?
They're on crucifixes, yes. I love it.
That's a good movie.
That's just the way to look at things.
It's that one is an underrated
I don't know if
movie.
it's underrated. People know that one. Like,
But it's not compared to like Holy Grail.
Holy Grail's there.
Holy Grail is the Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail of Monty Python movies. Life of Brian was like the second one, a runner-up. But they're both really good films.
Why can't I light this? I did it before, like for a little bit.
She will live on in our hearts, Sir Edward.
Why can't I light it here? That's super weird. Something is really broken on this map. Oh well, you guys just spoke a bunch. I still like how the internet predicted at the start of the year that major disease would happen because there's a major disease every blah blah. Yeah, but I think that all in all, you're going to get a bunch of people that always make a bunch of predictions, and eventually some of them are going to be right. There was no data for them to back it up other than an approximation. I don't think that's it's going to happen. If it didn't happen, people would have completely forgotten it, but it did happen. So then suddenly it was made a big deal of it. I don't fall into like prophecy stuff. But it has been an interesting sequence. But even this is one big pandemic, but it doesn't mean that we haven't had some before. If you go back a couple decades for like polio and a bunch of those other ones, there has been certain situations where we've been in similar dire straits, not like this has been though. But also Mellow Jar of Dirt, very positive name. Finally made a live stream after like 6 years of trying. Well, thank you very much. Really cool to see how much you've improved in all this. I feel like I haven't actually improved that much the last couple of years. I feel like I slowed down a lot. But at the same time, if you're slowing down, it also means you basically are at a point where you feel like you're comfortable making anything, which I feel like I am kind of at. So that is, I guess, a nice part. I feel like I can just about do anything, which is cool. I don't know if I like that lighting. I think that's that skybox that I don't like.
That skybox really didn't add a whole lot.
Well, this I didn't actually add a skybox to this. I haven't put it yet. This is still using the default. Now that I've repositioned this, I can probably make use of it.
I mean, this whole you can go two ways with skybox because this castle was surrounded by a forest and a mountain range in the back. So,
you know what I'm gonna do? We're going to put fucking Manhattan.
Won't make sense, but sure. They turned the Everfree Forest into a city. It's years in the future.
So like here, I like having those trees there, but as soon as I move this close enough, it's going to get rid of them. Which, it could actually be beneficial because I can put my own trees. So I guess that kind of works.
And that was the one thing that kind of irritated me about the Everfree Forest. The further they got into the series, like, at first it was like, never go in there, you'll die. And then by the end of the series, like, yeah, I was just in the Everfree Forest. We went there to, like...
I dare to go to Zikora's, touch the hut, and get back.
Yeah, basically.
Woo!
Zikora it has to be safe.
Yeah.
Just lives in there now.
Plan for the best, but expect the worst. That way something goes right, I'm pleasantly pleased. I don't know how much I like that either, though, because it always makes it feel like you are always that everything's always going to go to crap, and which isn't a positive outlook. I prefer to think that everything is going to be the best that it possibly could be, and that people will work towards the best possible solution. It doesn't always work out, but people did their best, but I don't like just looking at it as like everything's going to go to crap. And then
for the best, expect the worst. That way, you're hoping everything will work out, but your expectations won't be completely shattered if you expect them to go poorly. I hope.
I see the stupid face, Nitro Brand. So I get to 1 second here. schedule never worked to watch it live. Yeah, I know. And North America. I'm actually surprised because normally I'm always worried about like having that's one thing I don't like with the timing of streams right now is I can't stream at a time that is good for everybody.
Well, that would be
You're always going to be,
impossible.
you're always going to get somebody that's kind of screwed. And so this is just the best time that I can make work.
Just remember when I used to be up super late, super early in the morning. I'm talking like, I think it was super late at night, and a lot of my friends have slept in Australia for a while. That's who I was awake at the same time as me. So.
Well, no, I used to do the same thing. I used to work a job that I would start at 4 p.m. and I would work until like midnight to 2 in the morning, and I would always be up to like 6 a.m. And like I knew a guy that was in Norway, not Norway, Netherlands, and so like he would always be up super late, but which just doesn't make any sense because they're later than we are, and he would just stay up even later. But we knew a bunch of people, and so like I'd be up really late, and some people would just be up really late with me.
It's kind of the advantage of having English as your primary language. There's always like some country in some time zone somewhere in the world that's awake right now. Oh, good old British Empire made that happen.
Yeah, I used to have it where the sun rising was my indicator to go to bed.
Yeah, I have a friend over in England, and we tend to start our video games with him pretty early in the morning because that's when when our evenings he's asleep. So. What's happening? He get big. You know what would be really funny for Stupid Face?
Today we celebrate the overthrow of the central government.
We got boobies. Kappadonks. This is weird looking.
He looks like a death robot or something, like a Strider from Half-Life.
One.
Horse.
We'll make it better.
You know what would be a really, really funny thing to do for Stupid Face, though? Shape a pony as best you can in the shape of a dog. And then send that to me. His big head. Nice tiny head.
It's funny. He's like, behold, I am the Sombra.
This is who's waving?
Hello. I have one cone of shame.
It does look like that. Like he just got a surgery and he's not like, no, Sombra, you'll pull out your stitches. Edges. I was like those cat videos of ponies and they got like Rainbow's Dash in the head and ponies.
Yeah, the Tri-Dash? No.
That's one of the. It's that guy who has two accounts.
Yeah.
The same name, just backwards.
Yeah, that's right.
Or Guile or something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Is the pony cats, which is cute.
Oh, wow. Hold on. You guys spoke a lot and I gotta catch up. I don't like missing anything. I used to live in Japan and playing games with my friends. Still in Japan, in the US was rough. Yeah, actually, we have a friend that lives in Japan right now. And yeah, he tends to like pop up on here and it's like 8 a.m. for him. It's I can understand that being rough for sure. At least in England, when it's your evening, it's other people's morning. So you can kind of make an adjustment. I feel like the other direction is really tough. I would make an animation where a Notre Dame fire happens and Rainbow puts a rain cloud above it to stop the fire. Did that happen this year too?
What's that?
Notre Dame starting a fire?
Did it catch fire again?
No, was that this year?
I think it was last year.
Was it last year? Okay, good, because otherwise it's just more things for 2020.
Could be wrong though.
Man, you got to think, yeah. That's right, Argo. I changed my job again, and my profession. Well, I hope in a positive direction. Not like I got fired. Definitely skip log day. Yes, today we celebrate the day. All the Krabby Patties got into my thighs, and I exploded. Yes, he's Big Pone. Now he's just a confused giraffe. Sure. Wiener dog with a cone. He's not a wiener dog. He's a big, powerful, evil man.
But if you could morph him into the shape of a wiener.
I said, I got here and saw Sombra in a modified cone of shame.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. He's fine again. We'll go back to this here. So this. Oh, that tree's in the way. That's fine. I can get away with that. Well, kind of. No, we can't actually have that.
It's like a nice morning. Like there should be a rooster on the castle.
Well, yeah, but it's only because I grabbed the skybox and I haven't actually adjusted the actual skin for it.
Yeah, I think if you need to have like a sign out front, like advertising like the location for Trixie. Punch inside or something.
Convention.
Yeah.
Overthrow the government.
Yes.
No, I feel like this is an establishing shot, so this is mainly to set the stages to where they are. They're in a castle. That's the idea.
Just trying to gain context of where Trixie got the "Hello, my name is Trixie."
Well, do you want context, or is it funnier without context? I like the lack of context.
BronyCon 2020. Look, it actually happened, guys. That's just where it was. You missed it.
I probably should set up focal distance for this, which is probably... Oh, actually, this is pretty far. Oh, it already is set up there. Oh. Oh, there it goes. Okay, yeah, that is... It's way too high. I can't have it that high. The background is not going to blur much because it's just the way it is. You'll know Roblox, so I'm playing crazy and I'm creating Notre Dame Cathedral. Yeah, I've seen Roblox, but I don't know anything about it. So armor. Fucking nice, man. Yeah, I'm still working on that part. I think this actually kind of works. I think the only thing I would do different about it is I would remove the purplish hue from it and make it a bit darker. And then I think it would actually work.
Looks like the sun's setting is what it kind of looks like.
Well, normally any time you do a night shot, the horizon's always going to be slightly whiter or brighter than the rest. And that's fine because it's natural that way. And then also it helps separate the background or the horizon from the foreground. Yeah, or whatever. I'm making words. Mm-hmm. Probably not right. So in this case, I need to find this texture. I already actually know where it is. I don't know the number of it, but I do know where it is, which is under user mod. Go back, workshop, materials, Nora, thump, Nary, and then it's one of these. It's a couple in, so I'm going to guess 6. Ha! Whoa, look at that.
Skill.
Yeah, that is called years of experience on number guessing. Actually, I need that open.
I am a professional number guesser.
Nobody can guess numbers better than me.
Think of a number. Think of a number.
4.
I guess it's 4.
I knew you were just going to say whatever number I said. and just
No,
be like,
I
yeah.
haven't played it. Okay, guess another number. Guess it?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of that number.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I was going to say that too. I was going to, if you said a number, I was just going to be like, that's it.
Rational number.
Prove it. And
What? Derby, look.
there's a derpy. Thank you, Ninja. Yeah,
Number.
well,
Lose my job.
you know, Tridashy, I don't know if I've met Tridashy. I really don't know with conventions anymore. I've ran into so many different people, who I've ran into and who I haven't. And there's been a lot of people that like after the fact have told me like, yeah, I went and talked with you. I'm like, okay, well, I don't remember which one you were because you didn't tell me. With some people, it's the LLP community is definitely a community of people that are can be a mix of antisocial or people that want to be social but just have difficulty with it. And so for a lot of them, it's just like whatever people are comfortable with.
People I'm actually friends with now, somebody I work with, he doesn't remember the first time he met me. He thinks the first time he met me was the time we met way later than the first time. And there's actually a few people like that who just, because the first time you meet someone, you tend not to remember it very well. It's not until after you've met them a few times.
In a convention scene, there's so many new people that you're normally going to be running into that it's hard to remember. Outside of convention scene, I think it's a little easier. But anytime when people are in a convention and they say like, yeah, I met you at BronyCon 2016, I'm like, dude, no, I cannot. Every now and then I will be able to pull out somebody, but if they would have to do something very unique to stand out. It's just hard to remember.
I made a point on getting out gifts to a few people, so I met them.
I don't physically remember meeting you the first time. I visually, I can't remember in my head. I know that it happened. I remember being at a table.
Big Macintosh.
I remember red. That's all I remember.
I was doing cosplay for my sister's sake. I'm not really much of a cosplayer, but when we first met, I was cosplaying. She wanted to win that contest.
Did you go up on stage?
Yeah.
Did you feel uncomfortable?
No, my sister did. And she panicked and she threw a pie at people. I've mentioned this story.
Yeah, I remember the pie part. I didn't know the part where you were on stage.
No, I was on stage with her and she freaked out and ran off and she dropped the hat she was wearing, so I had to run out and grab it for her. And then when I got back to her to hand it to her, she was in a crying fit. She did not handle the wine well at all.
Well, even like the first couple times I did panels and stuff, I had no idea what I was doing. I panicked.
You didn't throw food at anyone, did you?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, that's that's good.
But no, like the first couple times I did panels and stuff, I had no idea what I was doing. It was a lot of guesswork, and I did a lot of stuff wrong because I just I'm mostly an introvert on stuff, and you get me talking on the right things or get a couple drinks or something and I'm fine. But for the most part, like I am very, very introverted, and I prefer to just kind of do my own thing, and I'll go through moods back and forth where I just will be much, much more introverted than other times. Now, that looks pretty good.
That does look good. That's the best. Out of any of the backgrounds you've had, that's the best one.
I actually have to play with these lights a little bit because they don't match now.
You just adjusted the color?
Same one, just the color difference. And I played the contrast a little bit.
It needs like the moon hanging in the background or something, though. I feel like a castle at night without a full moon in the background just doesn't feel right.
Let's see if that'll work for the color. But no, I'm very introverted on stuff. So like, and I feel like when I go to a convention though, it's usually when I go into like an extroverted introvert mode, if that makes any sense. One of my favorite things to do at the convention is probably the one thing I actually miss the most right now, was when I get a couple drinks in me, I want to just go and talk to random people. I want to go and sit down with a random person and I want to just throw questions at them and just hear them talk about themselves. And I love doing that. And I've done that at a lot of conventions. Even the people that like, they would start asking me questions because they're like the animation stuff or whatever. And I would be like, no, I want to hear about you. And I love doing that. And I miss being able to do that. And it's sad because it's so fun to be able to just learn about other people in such a way.
we can get you super hammered, and then we'll just go out on the street or to like Target. Let's just go with random people, and you'll start chatting.
I've been when we were at sociables, like drinking. I had a time where I had enough to drink there that I wanted to do that. Like I really wanted to go just talk to random people because I think it's so fun. And when you get people that you can start talking about something that about themselves, and especially somebody that's introverted, like at a Brony convention, you can get some really really cool conversations going. There was what was it? The Nahum, the concert at BronyCon this last year, I did that. Like there was just a couple of groups, and I just started going and randomly talking to groups. I sat down with a group that was came in from England, and there was a group of 3 of them, and I sat down and just started talking with them, and it was really really cool conversation. Sat down with another guy that just was kind of like depressed and alone, so I just sat down and talked with him for like 10 minutes. Another guy at a bar, I just ended up talking with 15 minutes. Like I just was jumping around from group to group, and it was so fun, and I want to do it again.
You can only really do that at a convention. You can't really just walk up to random people.
No, not really. That's why like a socialist wouldn't really work. And socialist is a local cidery here, but I think that is super fun and it's super cool. And I wish I could do more. Or that's one thing I miss with conventions is being able to go to events like that and do that. But I can't do that now.
Yeah, I was very much an introvert. I still kind of am.
You're one of those. I'm always the one that gets approached and questioned for hours by a random person. I love when that happens.
They're called the police.
And the main thing with it, and so what I normally would do is I'd go up to a random group, and especially at conventions when you're a community guest and you're doing panels, a lot of people there have seen you at least and know that you are like a community guest or something. And but also when you are interjecting yourself into a conversation between other people, you feel like you're interrupting. And so like there's one group I went up to, and I'm like, hey, I'm just kind of going up and talking to random groups of people. You can tell me to leave if you want. Won't take any harm in it. But otherwise, where are you from? And tell me something about yourself. And as soon as you do that, they will usually go off on a track on stuff. And nobody's ever told me to go away or leave. But then people will try to direct questions back to me, and I will always try to push it back on them. If they sound really interested, sometimes that's what they want to hear. So I will go into detail and stuff. But I really like hearing other people talk. And it's just so fun. It is something that I really, really enjoy, and I'm really sad that I haven't been able to do that in a while.
I like hearing other people talk too, so we don't have very long conversations. It's like, no, you say something. No, you. All right.
Well, no, it's no, with you, I don't care.
Oh,
you don't count.
That's good. No, we've had enough conversations. We're done now.
And well, okay, so I do have a thing where if there's sometimes those moments where somebody has they have something they want to say, but they don't want to go out and say it. They want to instead portray enough information to somebody to have them ask about the thing, so then they can then say it. And that bothers me. If you have something to say, just say it. Don't go and beat around the bush to get people to ask you about it. So I will purposely ignore the hell out of those signs. When people are like, when they're like, huh, what did you look at that? Huh, wow.
Look at it.
Or when they're just like those visual cues. If it's something that you would normally say to yourself in a private situation, sure. But when it is something that you normally wouldn't be, it's because you are making auditory some method to communicate, hey, ask me about the thing that I'm doing. And I will ignore the crap out of it. If you think it's interesting, say, hey, come look at this. Or, hey, guess what? Don't do that to me. I will ignore the crap out of it. Animation is hard. It is hard.
It's not. I did it never, so I know.
Wow, you guys are just writing a lot quick. I'm not going to catch up with a lot of this here.
Yeah, 15 over.
Oh yeah, it's Tuesday.
Yeah,
I am 15 over. You guys are just so talkative. Whenever I see it at con or go, I'll throw a Rainbow Dash plush at you and yell, now you're 20% cooler. Yes, I text it again. and you are going to read that.
Get a 20%.
Do you know that if you did that, I would probably not remember that it was attached to this message because bronies are weird and they probably have done that to me at some point anyway. That it sounds like just a brony thing to do. There has been people that have walked up and mentioned the name that they are on stream actually here before, and and then I will remember it most of the time, because that's one nice thing on here is that the amount of people and the names on here, if you're on here like every week or something, I will remember it, and so I catch up, and that's really, really cool. What?
He just asked for stupid face.
Oh no.
15 minutes over, it's like, oh, stupid face. No, I'm imagining.
Started a cult. Yeah, Michael started a cult.
It's a very important cult. Please join. We there's punch at the end.
I'll get to the stupid face in a sec here. I just want to do this.
I'm just imagining like for like rock and roll stars, you see like the thing where the women are throwing their panties up on stage, but like you got the brony stars, and all of a sudden you're just up there doing a panel, and somebody's like throwing a pair of like Rainbow Dash boxers, and that's what you get. I'm imagining this scenario, and it gives me the giggles.
Sometimes I would, we have a mic for Michael coming soon, and
mics for Mike.
Yeah, but the more he talks, the less I want him to have it.
I mean, that is a valid concern.
I mean, you got it. He got for me for Christmas his mic, which is already kind of weird.
No, you've been needing it.
You need it.
You've been wanting it.
I was holding off on moving forward with it until I.
Sure, somebody wanted to listen to me.
No, until I felt comfortable with the certain aspects of things. Because if being it's going to be to that certain type of mic, I want to make sure that it wasn't going to cause enough, because it's going to pick up, this mic's going to pick up you the exact same as it is now, but now that mic is also going to be picking you up, so it's going to be picking up both audio, and is that going to sound weird? So that's where I was concerned. I don't know. So yeah,
shrug emoji.
Yes, then we can hear in good quality how unimportant he is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, see, you enjoy it too much.
Yes. Another person's voice acting will get professional here. Yes, all his voice acting will be much, much better. I got to live over Celestia, gave me a chance to armor magic sort of thing. Yes. So I think I need to readjust some of the stuff in this map. Let me do like something with the stupid face right now. Quick. We'll do.
Uber, it would be super stupid. Just like Sombra come over and Uber on the nose.
No, what we'll do is
writing fan fiction in the chat.
so ignore that part of it, but I would think
Your
that
chat is just super busy tonight.
apparently I can't copy paste.
Today we celebrate the overthrow of the central government.
It's pretty horrifying.
I was hoping that I could like copy paste some of this stuff over, but apparently there's some they're named different, so I can't actually copy it over. But Sombra's face did not scale. There we go.
Today we celebrate the overthrow of the central government.
Yeah, that's something. Trixie's broke.
That's I mean, that's pretty stupid, but it's also horrifying. It looks like something from, like, crazy horror going. Like, I still like the thought in Trixie's head. Just look at him like, oh no, he's hot.
No, so I wanted to put that hill behind here, but I'm not able to unless I move this sky card to the 3D skybox because of stuff. So I'm going to do that quick, and then we're going to probably end it along after that. So now you should... okay, so now this is also going to require that I turn this on, and hopefully I'm able to turn off the fog. Oh no, if I turn this to max, that should be... Yes. Okay, that worked. It doesn't look like it works, but it works. Yeah, I actually brought that up earlier. The BabsCon got delayed to 2022, which they were going to be planned for mid-spring. That 100% makes sense that they are not only delaying it, but the fact that they're stating such early is actually kind of nice because it just makes it easier for people to plan. It's not surprising in any way. So in the end, if they're going to do it, let me know early. That's nice. Okay, so this sky card, then we'll go boop. I still don't see... Oh, I don't see it because it's not high enough. That is now too low. I think that is too big still. Basically want to make it so it just barely fits, because that means that it's going to be using every pixel possible for details, which would be right about there. So then we have a little bit of some light. Okay, so those are particles. Those shouldn't be showing. Maybe those are under something else. Okay, they're not under other entities. Ropes? Beams? Actually, can I just turn off all particles? Are those moving? If they're moving, then technically by me holding this, I would see a change. There is. It's only at this angle, and it is only... So as I hold it, it changes. I'm not playing it right now. It is just its natural changement. Changement?
Change. That's a word. You made it.
I might have to look into that. Because something when I changed the fog, it changed. No, go out here. You're not. Take my values.
Take them.
There it went away. And here it comes back. It's still there. I'll have to look into that because I'm thinking that being that I see a flat line there, it's something with the skybox. And so there might be a different value that I can zero out for it, but I'll get to that.
They're rolling just a bit.
You guys have a whole bunch. I can really catch that. Anyways. So yeah, that'll be it for now. So we did end up getting done this scene fully done, or at least being able to mark it fully done. Actually, the one thing I need to double check is Trixie bake, and then Trixie
bake your Trixie at 350 for 4 hours.
Yes, there. No, Trixie is locked in. I just want to make sure she wasn't going to actually have some random motion I was missing. So that's done. And those three are done. So that's actually like a fourth of the video fully done, but it's probably some of the easier shots. The lip syncing is the time consuming part. If I can get this part done, at least then that locks in some of the extra lighting things. I think this will part work. All I'll probably do in the background here is I'll add a volumetric light. It's going to go through in front of those. And that should help eliminate some of the, or help it blend into the background. I could also add the skybox fog back in. Actually, that might work better. No, I can't, because this is a model now, not the skybox itself. And if a skybox is ignored by the fog, so you can actually have it blend into the skybox. Now that it is a model, it is now part of such fog, and it will blend in. It won't blend into the fog. It will be covered by the fog. So, but that's fine. If I can usually use the light, it would just create a little bit lighter base here. But if I just darken the whole sky and then have the volumetric light in it a little bit, it's fine. And then it will be better than this like white fog that's coming in from the side. But I'll worry about that later.
And that white fog almost makes sense though, because if I remember correctly, that pit that all that white fog is in is like just outside the castle.
I don't, you're like, I'm like, about like, well, in the real universe, the fog over there should be shaded in an RGB of 10, 12, 42.
You can leave it and it makes sense to the world.
No, it doesn't. It looks horrible.
Wow.
No, whether or not something it works in its realistic sense is not the same as just putting it in a freaking castle in the middle of nowhere. I don't care. I'm not. When you have 5 people that are worried about whether or not there's a bog in the corner compared to the 99.95% of other people that aren't paying attention to that crap.
You gotta keep it.
No, I don't.
Accurate. You gotta look. Like those hills.
Like I mentioned before, anytime you say look, it means because you know you're wrong and you're being an ass.
Those hills need to be in like 5 degrees to the left. They're in the wrong place.
I'm going to burn Derpy next time. I don't have the button anymore.
This is a good thing.
Stop fighting you too. Not on stream, at least. We fight all the time.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the stream ends, I'd like punch him right in the gut.
It's true. And I cry horribly for hours.
Why do you have to make this weird?
Look, it was fine when I was punching you, but when you start crying about it, that's what's weird.
Grow up.
Finish coughing up your blood and go back to like your room.
Anyways, so we'll be done today. As like I mentioned, so stop looking at Michael.
I'm prettier.
I originally had made a mistake last time. I thought that the New Year's Eve was on Friday, but it's not. It is technically on Thursday. So I probably will be still streaming the same on Friday. That won't change. But we will also be streaming on Thursday some Jackbox as a New Year's thing. We've been doing that every year, whether it's been streamed or not. We've basically been doing that. What time we're starting, I don't know. I'm guessing about 8 p.m. my time, or about a half hour earlier than what we ended here today. Probably like 8 p.m. where we usually run a couple hours. There's a bunch of people we already have set in an audio chat that we'll be primarily playing, but if there is any spots open in the game as we're playing, it will be first come, first serve, as long as people aren't like getting me banned or something. But we'll have to see, because there is that risk. So I want to be careful on it. But anybody in the audience is free to vote on stuff and all that. So join us if you so wish. Anyways, all right. Make sure I didn't miss anything. All right. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for support and everything. Thanks, Elias, for all the gift subs. That was pretty cool of you. And thanks for the support and everything. So, in the meantime, though, we're just going to stare at Michael.
This is what I was doing.
His hair's on fire.
It's true. It's always, I live in a blue world. It's a blue house. Because I'm blue. Apple D, apple die. Apple D, apple die. Apple D, apple die.
Apple D, apple die.
Song?
Apple. Why are you saying Apple D, apple die?
Apple D, apple die. It's been a long time since the 90s,
Since the 90s?
It's been a long time.
Michael, the 90s were almost a drinking age ago. It was a long time ago. Okay. Have a good night, guys. I was just gonna end it, but then I accidentally turned off my monitor again, so it's gonna take me a second. All right, how are we going, guys?